Welcome to the first video in my Windows 10 review. This video we're just going to pretty much let you see what some of the appearance features are of Windows 10. I'm not going to go too far in depth, but I'm going to show you a little bit of the features of Windows 10 so you can see some of the differences between 7, 8, and 8.1. I think that, I've been running Windows 7 because I pretty much don't like Windows 8 or 8.1 at all. And I have to say that I really, really like Windows 10 overall so far. It's got a couple things that I don't like, but for the most part, I think it's going to be a really good operating system. And if you're running Windows 7, I highly recommend that you try out Windows 10. And if you're running Windows 8 or 8.1, you definitely want to upgrade because you'll actually like being on your PC again because you won't have to drag stuff down from corners or throw tiles off to the side of the computer to get rid of them like you're on a touch screen or a tablet, which is basically what Windows 8 was made for, was a tablet. It was not made for a PC. That's why everybody hates it that owns a PC. But if you're upgrading from Windows 7, you're going to notice it's going to be a lot of change in the appearance features because your icons are, different now. Your fonts are a little bit different. If we open up downloads, you can see the design is a lot different, a lot more clean and not as cluttered as it is in 7. If you run in 8 or 8.1, a lot of things will look familiar, but things have been rearranged to make it a little bit more usable. Um, let's go down. We have the Start menu is back. If you left click, you're going to get your settings, your power options, and all that stuff, your recently added programs. You're going to have your live tiles on the right. Um, if you right click, you're going to have basically everything that you need if you're a computer geek. Your power options, your device manager, network connections, disk management, computer management, task manager, command prompts, run button. Everything you need is right there. Let's see, you got Microsoft Edge now. This is the new browser. You can see how quickly it opens. You can use Internet Explorer still if you want to. You can go here and say open with Internet Explorer. Boom, it'll open up an Internet Explorer. But I think once you use Edge, you'll really like it. You can install Google Chrome just like I did, and you'll still have your stuff there. Now, some of the display stuff is an issue in Windows 10, especially if you're running a large monitor like I am. I'm running a 40-inch monitor, so I have a lot of display issues with a lot of programs. And one of the things that I've had to do is adjust the DPI settings for those programs so that they work correctly, which I'll go over in another tutorial, so that if anybody else is having those issues, they'll be able to fix them. And what I'm talking about as far as that is, let's see, I'll open up my Ccleaner here. And you can see how nice and crisp all these letters are in this right here, okay? Now if I was to go up in here and try and uninstall the program because I didn't fix the uninstaller for it, I only fixed the main executable under it. I'm going to click it now. As you can see the text on this right here. See how horrible looking that is? I mean, it's not clear at all. It looks fuzzy, and this looks nice, clean, and crisp, and this is fuzzy. So I'm going to fix that real quick. This will be one of the tricks I'll show you real quick on how to fix. Now, usually if you're using the program you're going to have the issue with, you're going to take the shortcut and you're going to right click, go to properties, go to compatibility, and you're going to disable the display scaling on high DPI settings. Now this is only if you're having issues with the letters, and words looking fuzzy, which I've already done for the main program, but I didn't do it for the installer because the only time you're going to see that fuzziness is when you uninstall it, and I mean it's not worth the time to fix it, but I'm going to show you what the difference is between the two. So let's go and Ccleaner. There's my uninstall, properties, compatibility, disable display, apply, OK. Now I can go to uninstall and we'll click it again and see how much cleaner and crisper it is. Now let me open up the main program again and you can see when they're side by side again. Now, see the difference between that one and that one? I mean, that's a huge, huge difference just by clicking that DPI. And that way, if you have that same issue, you can fix it, because it's kind of a letdown when you see that on a brand new OS that it's not that crisp. So, I mean, it's a minor issue. I guess it's been an ongoing issue, but that's a way to fix it so that when you open the program each time, once you do it the first time, that's all you have to do. It's going to stay on there the rest of the time and be fixed. So, and I'll go over a couple other little tweaks like that in some of the tutorials and stuff like that. I do recommend that if you are going to install Windows 10, you read every single page during the install, because there's a spot where you can customize. You need to make sure that you customize, because there's a lot of stuff where it says you're going to share your contacts and all your other stuff with Microsoft. Personally, I don't want to share anything with Microsoft, so make sure that you're reading all of those things. The other quick thing I will tell you is that if you're going to do a clean install of Windows 10, you must install Windows 10 on your upgrade first. So if you're running Windows 7, 8, or 8.1, you need to install Windows 10 on that machine first, wait for it to activate, and then you can go back and do a clean install. And the way you can tell if it's been activated is go to Settings, Update and Security, Activation, and it'll tell you Windows 10 is activated. Once your upgrade has been activated, which is done off of your hardware key on your machine, you can go back and do your clean install, because when your clean install is done, it's going to ping Microsoft, and Microsoft is going to see the same hardware key, and it's going to automatically activate your clean install of Windows 10, because this is a clean install. So I finally resolved that issue that I was having with it not activating. And the reason that it wasn't activating is because, like I said, I don't beta test the OS on purpose so that I get the same start off as everybody else does when they get it, and that doesn't know anything about it, to try and encounter some of the issues that other people have. And I was under the assumption that I could just use my Windows 7 key, or if I had Windows 8 or 8.1, I could just use my Windows key to activate Windows 10. That is not true. You cannot activate Windows 10 with your key. So if you do a clean install and you put your key from Windows 7 or something in there, you're going to end up with issues. So you should never enter a key. Whenever it asks you for a key during your clean install, never enter it. Just hit skip, because if you put anything in there, you're going to end up with all the issues that I had. So that's the tip for that one. And I'll actually do another video on that one, just for people that are going to try and do a clean install from the upgrade. Let's see what else we can do here. We went over the Edge. Let's see what else we got in here. Acrobat Pro will be another one, or even Acrobat will be another one that you are going to have issues with the DPI settings on, like I did, if you have a large monitor. If you don't have a large monitor, these aren't going to be issues you're going to have. Did have a little trouble downloading the NVIDIA drivers, so if you're running a GeForce video card, expect some troubles. You could end up with some, you may not. You may work out just perfect, but that is one thing. The other thing I can say is that I did install Office 2007 on my computer, and it does work. There it is. Windows 2007 works just fine. So if you own Windows 2007, you can still use it on Windows 10, which is a good plus, because I believe Windows 360 or Office 365 cost about $70 a year. So you can still use your old Office, which is, a money saver in the long run. And let's see, you got your taskbar down here with some of your stuff running. A little bit cleaner, you can change. The only thing over here, you got your notifications. It's going to come over here, your news pops up. You can change some of this stuff. Finish setting up your account, software detected, yeah. You can delete all that stuff off. Account settings, all your notifications are going to pop up over here. So, and of course you notice that you have some of your other stuff that basically is intended, because Windows 10 is still basically made for phones, tablets, and computers, you're still going to have some of those options for airplane mode, tablet mode, and stuff like that. I mean, that's just something that's going to be on there. And it's not that big of a deal. I mean, if you're a cross platform type person that you're using a Windows phone and a Windows tablet or Surface Pro or something like that and Windows 10, this is going to be great for you because you're going to be able to sync all your devices and do all the stuff that you want to do, and everything will be the same. Um, but you can see how much faster everything is. I mean, boom, you got, Edge is really quick. Bam. You got a lot of stuff that, opens up fairly quickly on here. Let's see, what's another one? That's my video player. Um, what's another one? Here's Defraggler. It opens up, my Kaspersky still hasn't registered everything that, it needs to. As far as Windows 10, it lets me know I have notifications on because I like to know all that stuff when it's going in. WinRAR still works, as you can see. Samsung Magician, if you're using a Samsung hard drive, I haven't had any, I mean, everything seems to work except for rapid mode doesn't work because it's saying that I need an OS Windows 7 or above, and it can't recognize Windows 10. It doesn't know what Windows 10 is, so it won't let me enable rapid mode, which means I can't use my rapid mode, which really makes me mad because it makes my computer like 3 times as fast. So until they come out with a fix for Samsung Magician for my hard drive, for my SSD, I'm going to have to deal with not being in rapid mode. But if you're running a Samsung, just be aware of that. I have not installed all my programs as of yet, but so far I must say I really, really do like Windows 10. So stay tuned all week, and I will be posting other tips and tricks all week. Thank you.